The overshield going to be the first point of everyone sort of pushing for that in different angles, as we're going to start off here with Scariota going the most typical way, bottom mid. He is going to be naded a little bit, though missing a majority of them. Looks like, I'm not sure exactly who walked away with that one. Looks like Suppress did. He's going to get away. A couple of his teammates are all down. He's going to get that nice kill there on Scariota because he's still down bottom mid. Of course, this did give Red Team the opportunity to grab this ball to get away with it.
Absolutely, we're still on board here with Suppress, but he gets taken out, so we're going to switch gears over to Super CCAK Chasen, who's doing a great job putting some shots, staying alive. He values almost every single one of his lives, does not get averaged almost ever, and his team has a 15-0 lead. Not much in ball, but it can snowball in the right way as he takes out Septify. Now going to challenge this player over towards Blue 4, working a little 1-2 combo. He gets caught behind the wall, but Scariotic wins those.
Yeah, Scariotic huge. They're picking it up. Of course, the help from Super CC and his ability to stay alive was really crucial in that moment, as now he's just like me and you play. He's just been putting shots on players, calling them out, and his teammates are going to be in the position to make those moves. Straight sick, just hanging out with this ball up here in top treehouse. He's going to be pushed, going to elect this time to drop the ball and try and put some shots in some players. The strategy that I particularly love is sort of, instead of just consistently running around trying to rotate out, dropping that ball when you have that opportunity to put shots and get those kills, as opposed to just playing. In that case, though, he made the right call, decided to play the ball, is now a move back on with Envor. Red Team, 45 points and counting, though, as they still grab away with this ball, and Envor not quite able to kill that player, as he's now pushing over into the blue tech area, going to finish off this other one, and now Blue Team should have an opportunity to get a little bit of time.
Absolutely still on board here with Envor, who's going to make his over towards Blue Main. Actually going to drop down. Psych! Going to drop down, grab the DMR, control this Blue Main side of things finally. 10 minutes and 4 seconds on the clock, so there should be an overshield coming soon. Super CC losing his head. Again, these guys are former teammates. Envor, Super CC on land. They actually placed top 8, where, to be honest with you, nobody gave that Lux Gaming squad a chance to make top 8 in a pro land, and they were able to do so, upsetting a whole bunch of other players. 48-30 lead now in favor of this Red Team squad, aka Flyers.
And they pick up this overshield this time, not giving it away to Blue. They knew still that exact timing, as Straight Sick is here top middle. Sort of a risky position to get put on by a lot of shots, but he worked pretty well there. Did get taken down. Of course, we'd always like to see a little bit more utility out of that overshield. I was going to say, oh, he's playing this real well. Of course, then their team goes 4 down. Now, back in the hands of Blue Team is the ball. Septify holding this one up in the treehouse. Making a move. He knows a couple of red players are there. Going to elect to rotate back. His teammates sort of holding these good positions. That ball kill. Okay, there it is. I wasn't quite sure. Maybe a little bit of a whiff there, as 3 members from Passion go down right now.
Yeah, I was a little confused. I feel like on that first hit, that player was one shot, so I feel like that melee looked like it registered. It looked good on my end, but I guess we got a blank or something. Maybe it was actually full shields and not one shot. I'd be Super CC going to run into 2 players, but he has some help, and commonly able to drop the ball, drop that beautiful double kill thanks to the bait and switch action out of Super CC and Hamby. Beautiful plays, and now they have a 75-48 lead because of it. Taylor, I say it all the time. You can play an entire 12-minute game of Halo, but the game is won in like 4 to 5 plays. That right there was one of those plays to put Blue Team 2 down when they probably shouldn't have, and putting about 30 seconds with an uncontested point on the board.
Yeah, it's huge, and especially with such a big map like this, where you're not going to spawn on the enemy. That was a nice kill there. This could be a momentum shift. As I was just going to say, though, typically, right, it's such a big map that you do have to give the enemy a lot of that ball time as you go 2 down and consistently die, because you don't want to just push alone. If you push alone, you're elected to, sort of make that even a bigger gap between your scores. So you really do have to give up a little bit of that time. It's why, we go to 150 here, about to hit the 100.4. Red Team is Super CC, grabs this overshield and ball. Nice little combo. And again, we've seen this play where he's electing to drop the ball, put in slays, put it in a position where their team can lock down and hold it for a significant amount of time in one of these bases.
And actually, funny you mentioned the score line. My gosh, 2 down for the blue team squad once again. It's so hard to break this flyer setup. They're showing that not only they're able to fly at you at 100 miles per hour and get those slays, but they're showing they can also set up, which is pretty crazy. It's not a skill set I imagine when I'm watching this flyer squad. That's Super CC going to take out Simplify, who somehow stays alive. Excuse me. But either way, it was actually the game started. Oddball actually started at 200 points when they first introduced it to Halo 5, and then they quickly dropped it down to 150. So just a little fun fact is that, you know, by the time you get to 180, it could have ended it probably at 120. So they changed it to a 150 score line.
Yeah, it makes sense too here as we see now a couple members from the Flyers pushing in there, commonly gonna like elect to go down bottom. The bottom areas of these maps too, like I haven't used them so much, but they are really, really good for flanking in this position, especially when you can just jump up that lift or you know, jump from sort of small door over to the bottom. So it gives you, you know, you were talking about the 3 pathways into a base to make a push. That one almost gives you a 4th.
Absolutely beautiful kill by Commonly right there, taking out that player. Super CC holding on to this ball. We have a 118 to 65 lead in favor of this red team squad, aka Flyers, and there should be an overshield coming up very soon. I'm going to guess maybe like 38, and Super CC dropping that ball, getting into a little fisticuff battle with Nebula, but Nebula winning that individual gunfight. So only a few points we put on the board for the red team, but we talked about before with Strongholds being that snowbally type of map. If you don't have those 2 points, your score line stops. Same thing for Oddball. If you don't have that ball in your hands, you're not putting any points on the board, so these crazy comebacks can't happen. Do not count this Passion squad out.
No, not at all. I mean, there's still, what is this, a 40-point lead here from Flyers. Still not over yet, right? You want to be careful when you get into that 30, you know, your enemy gets into that 35 point mark, 135 point mark, because then the milking can come into play, right? You know, you just get a couple of good swings with the ball, you know, you play it, and you can really get to that 150 quickly. Though, I will say on Fisher, that's a little bit less likely in these games with these pro players, and so these guys are still going to be playing their hearts out because they know that even just a couple of big plays, as you said, Tony, you know, those can make or break the difference in a game because they can give you 20, 35 extra points uncontested with that ball.
Absolutely, the Flyers actually momentarily put Passion 3 down for a second, but they weren't able to get to that ball. Nebula doing a good job of staying alive and keep that angle from Big Door towards the ball. 4 minutes and 45 seconds on the clock here. And at this point, Flyers have a nice, comfortable lead. And that's the great thing when you have a nice, comfortable lead. You don't have to stress the small stuff. But just as I say that, they go 2 down. Nebula steals that ball, has it over towards red side. Now the setup begins, and the comeback is ready. This is it. This could be a comeback. They need to slay out one more time, and it's kind of a 3v4 because one of them has the ball, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, we could see that. Nice little slays there. 2 members down. Looks like Ball Guy is going to rotate this time, which I really do love this play. You can see now on our screen, he's just sort of like actually walking towards one of his teammates there as Septivai gets that crucial double kill up in red tree. And now get into a one-on-one fight with this other red player. He is going to go down. But look at this. Like Nebula is by himself over here. Oh no, excuse me. He's not by himself. He has help from a T-Bay that's on board. That guy has been on fire this whole tournament. Is now they're putting these shots in. They're keeping this ball over here. What a grenade. You are right, Tony. The comeback is real. Tied up and counting now. They just took the lead.
They just took lead indeed, and Nebula with the ball in hand. That's 2 down once again from Flyers. So now we're seeing Passion starting to set up, starting to show that passion, that energy, that hype that you know I love to see, Taylor. 135 to 123 lead. If they slay out one more time, they can win on this rotation. Flyers needs to make a play right here, right now, and they just went 1 down with Tracer going down. Comedy ended up taking the kill on board. Super CC takes out Suppress, but Nebula goes right back at him. 2v2 situation. Can they win this battle? They did.
That's it.
That's game.
That's it. Wow. 150 to 123. I was wondering, too, what happened. There was probably a play for the overshield there, right? And so we kind of missed it a little bit. It looked, I think, that Super CC evades may have taken it, but I think got immediately killed. I'm not exactly sure, so a burn there. So that was a huge play by them. Huge play by those players, staying alive. Nebula, you know, massive grenade there, getting the kill, staying alive with that ball, with the help from Envor right there. Huge comeback victory there for Passion.
I'm sorry to do this, producer. Take the stats off the screen. I don't want to see the stats. This was not about stats. The stats had nothing to do with this game right here. I want the stats off the screen. I want to come back to camera. I need to look at the audience straight up. Let me tell you something. The stats had nothing to do with it. That was Passion. That was hype. That was heart. That was love for the game. Passion put passion on there. It had nothing to do with the stats. I can't believe it. Straight sick. Commonly, you need to get your team together. You guys are veteran players. I don't know what you have to do. Get your team together right there because you shouldn't have lost. That was bad. That was a great job for Passion. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You can show the stats now. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah, beautiful plays by Passion. I mean, you could be right? You know, Flyers might have just said, we have a huge lead. They've kept it relatively consistent. The score was 123 to 83 for actually quite a little bit of time there. And there was that turning point, right? I think that happened more or less right at that stage. We saw for a while both teams go 4 up. So everybody was alive, and they were really just sort of like fighting back and forth to maintain that control. And I think, you know, at the end of the day, right, Flyers was maybe just trying to play a Slayer game, and Passion, you know, knew that the objective was the most important part. And so when they were able to snag that ball, bring them to that base, that was key. They kept in there the entire time to bring them back to that victory. And that was just huge. That was exactly what you want to see in an objective type game type.
Yeah, and obviously, the stats across the board were fantastic and whatnot. Like, obviously, everybody brought over 2K damage. Accuracy was decent. Spread was crazy, especially in favor of Commonly and whatnot. But again, like I said, that was not about stats right there. That was just about simply who wanted it more. When they came back, broke the setup, grabbed that ball, and then held that setup for as long as possible. Just that was about who wanted it more. And right there, it was passion. No doubt about it. No doubt about it.
Yeah, well, we'll see who has the passion in this one. Going off now onto Slayer Coliseum. Passion leads this one. We're going to start off with Scariotic, going to go up into Red Pyramid, make a play. Always love this one for the sniper rifle. Of course, the enemy knows exactly who's going to be there. Everybody flying nades right off the start. And his team is going to go 2 down. A couple members died. Not exactly sure where they're at. Looks like they're almost back in their base here. Scariotic still just trying to take control of this top area, but Passion is not going to let it happen. Going up 5-2 as they take that sniper rifle.
Absolutely on board here with Nebula with the sniper rifle in hand. They have a 6-2 lead in Slayer already. And not only did they end just last game absolutely lights out, but now they've started off this game just the same. 4-kill lead with 30 seconds on the clock, Taylor, and they have sniper rifle. Flyers need to get it together right here, right now, because they are much better than this, and they have the potential to win this game and this entire series. They can be your champions.
Yeah, they really can. And you see here Nebula playing this anchor position very, very intelligent here. He's rotating with his team. He's now, of course, going back here, making sure he can take a good position over on this blue sneaky. I'd like to see him get a little bit higher, though, and use the sniper rifle. Of course, we're seeing in the kill feed now, his team is just taking it to him as then Nebula gets in on the action with that snapshot headshot, and 12-4. This is looking very, very convincing from the start, though. You can't put this Flyers team out of it. These guys are insane. So, you know, you got to just keep up the pressure, right? Same as you did in the oddball game. They need to just keep up this intensity and the intelligence there. And look at this nice little angle. I mean, the individual skill here from Nebula is just on point. That's, I think, 4 kills now with him from the sniper rifle. He's just covering all these angles. His teammate is going to go down to a 5, and he's going to smartly back down, right? Smartly back down into red base where his teammates are and check these angles. He's checking over into blue corner. He's rotating over. Of course, Suppressed doesn't need the help, and now he's looking exactly where he needs to be for that headshot uncommonly. My gosh, we have the outlines on our screen, but it looks like they might have them too. Good God, the game sense out of these guys is just on fire at this point.
Absolutely, they call him Nebula because his sniper's out of this world. 8-9 lead in favor of this Passion squad. Another head gone. I'm telling you, this man is proving something. He's on a mission. 20-10 lead. They now double the score here, and Nebula not slowing down whatsoever. He says, "Super, so you're gonna try to ninja Nebula? Get out of here!" 21-10 lead. DMR in hands. 9 minutes 34 seconds on the clock, but I don't think time's gonna be a factor because Nebula just dropped the frenzy. Envor has rockets, and I'm gonna call it right here. It's going to be 0-2. It's going to be 0-2 if you're a fan of Flyers.
I mean, 23-11 is pretty convincing there. Nice double kill Hail Mary rocket there from him as well. I think probably still on a killing frenzy from Nebula as he's now just staying alive with this DMR. Okay, he finally goes down now, but oh my gosh, they have done the damage. Of course, they can't, again, I said this before, they can't get too comfortable here. We're going to go on board with Scary. 1 down for each team, so this is their opportunity. Maybe take some momentum swing. They're going to get the hands of this sniper rifle. He's going to take a top mid position and look over. He's going to get a nice headshot headshot there on board, and that was a tough little tricky angle for him to pull there too, in between some of those features on the map, as puts a couple shots into that player into red base, going to wrap around this corner, miss a couple, unfortunately, of those snapshots, and he's just going to jump off the map with the sniper rifle. Probably the smart decision, right, Tony? They are down still 30-17. They have quite a ways to come back here, and so they just said, you know what, we cannot put that sniper rifle back into the hands of probably anyone on blue team, but certainly looking out for Nebula considering his performance so far.
Yeah, absolutely. It was probably a really smart decision by Jason to take that sniper rifle off the map. Indeed, I agree. The last thing you want to do is give it in the hands of Nebula, who's the reason why they got a double-digit lead in the first place, 32-20 lead in favor of this Passion squad right now, and they're letting all the passion loose, if you will. It's crazy. Something needs to happen. Something catastrophic would have to happen for FLYERS to come back. There's still time, but the problem is that they have that passion hasn't slowed down. It's not like they've been making mistakes. They got this crazy lead, and then they're just not making mistakes. They're not throwing it away. 7 minutes and 47 seconds on the clock, 34-21 lead, and wow, I did not know passion had this in them.
yeah, I feel you there. I mean, they're playing phenomenal, although we do see, of course, Super CC has these rockets in his back pocket. He's trying to stay alive over in Blue Elbow. Not entirely sure his team's going to go 3 down there, so they're just not in great coordination here. Nebula with a nice grenade. I mean, yeah, look at this collapse here on this player over in there. Nebula doesn't even need to get any shots off for that player to die because there's already 2 of his teammates there. 39-25. This lead, right, growing, staying consistent here at 13. So, you know, when you look at a game like this, you know, we saw quite a big start from the beginning, right? Like, I think it was 23-11, and so that was basically the same exact lead you have now, right? But when you think about it, right, that's only 2 or 3 full, you know, rotations in swipes. So it's not, you know, as you pointed out earlier, it's just 1 or 2 big plays that allow you to snowball, keep that lead, and consistency. Consistency is key, and that is exactly what we're seeing out of Passion.
And what makes this incredible to me, especially this Slayer game, is that when you're playing against the likes of a team like FLYERS, you know, this is a top team. This is made up of Common, again, a Olympic medalist, straight sick, who's been playing this game for a crazy long time, again, even back in Halo 3 on Team Classic. And obviously looking at Scariatic and Super CC, which are the up-and-comers on this squad and going to be making big names come Infinite. This is a stacked squad, and somehow this newly formed Passion team is playing absolute lights out, and I'm loving it. I'm excited to see this team stay together and maybe play in the esports arena tournament tomorrow. Maybe play again next week in this pro series. Obviously, they qualify. I'm excited to see this Passion squad and how they come together, because we could be talking about the next top 4 team. Who knows? Who knows?
Game concluded. You are victorious.
Good gosh, 100% right, Tony. 15-32. What's that? An 18-point deficit there. Yeah, I mean, that was just phenomenal play. It definitely seemed like FLYERS kind of gave up there, and you know, no shame in that, obviously. They might have said, you know what, okay, we, you know, in order to make this comeback, we got to make some amazing plays. So electing to play maybe not quite as safe as they would have normally. Down, though, now 0-2 in this best of 5. They're going to have to really show up big in this third CTF Truth game to stay alive here.
Yeah, absolutely. I got the producers. I got the producers scared to throw the stats on the board, because I might just go wild again. Don't worry, I'm not going to do it again. I promise. 16 kills coming out on the board. That's 12 headshots. Absolutely insane. 50.5 actually coming out of him, but a 10.3 KD out of Nebula. Obviously, we saw him going off with that sniper rifle. He even got a killing frenzy. 57.5 accuracy. This man was absolutely out of control. Obviously, nobody on the red team really standing out in slays. Scariatic was able to make it into the double digits, but it's really tough because when you lose by 18 kills, obviously it's just not going in your favor. We're going to see what they can do in this next matchup. I'm assuming it's going to be either a flag or a strongholds. And I'm excited because obviously FLYERS, in my opinion, is a very good objective team. I think they're better in objective as opposed to on Slayers. So we're gonna see what they can do. Again, this is a top team. This is a team that's kind of been there, done that kind of mentality. They have a nice little mix of the 2 veterans and a nice little mix of the 2 up and coming youngsters in Scariatic and Super CC. So I'm excited to see what they can do.
Yeah, agreed. I mean, we did just see them in the past one win on CTF Fathom, and they won on, I believe, Truth. for Slayer. So now combining the two, we'll see what they can do here. So I say that, and we jump on board with blue team, and they go three. They kill them 3 down. Flyers here on board, just sort of doing damage. Though Scariotic not giving up quite yet. Nebula came away with the camo. Of course, now all 4 members of Flyers are back alive, and Nebula is just playing this patiently, playing this snow sneaky. He knows where they are, not quite getting the back smack. Going to get the final kill, though. Again, another 3 down as they're going to run this flag. And this is a nice quick one to just start off. Something we missed in that last game, that was a 6-minute and 30-second long game. So incredibly fast. First flag goes in. A minute has not even gone by in this game, Tony. And it's already kicked off to a good start for this blue squad.
Absolutely fantastic job by Nebula, actually using every last bit of that camouflage, and already Slays going across the board, so that flag is going to be pulled, but it needs to get another complete round of Slays as their players start to make it towards Corridor. Fantastic job, Nebula. Fantastic job to Observer, catching all the action. I don't know who's observing right now, but he's doing crazy. Dylan doing good shots on that player commonly. Suppress able to finish him off, but Nebula goes down thanks to Corey, aka Straight Sick, flying and taking out Nebula and getting the double kill on Septify. That was a big play out of Straight Sick. We got to hop on board with him, Taylor.
Yeah, we do, and that's exactly what we want to see. You got that double kill and immediately goes up top mid. Needs to put pressures on the ones who are spawning, and he's trying to do that the best he can. Of course, looks like, again, you see here, this Passion squad, they're just able to swarm the map. They look like they own the place. Jumping up here, Septivai up there at P3, and now jumping over here into this bubble, like just putting shots. Super CC, though, going to get the best of on that one, suppressing the other side of the board. Going to go back and forth. So the Slays trading a little bit here as we move on to Nebula, just sort of making some defenses in his own base, and his shots are on fire lately as well.
Absolutely going to switch gears over towards Suppressed, who actually got the flag off. He's kind of deciding whether he wants to go for the baseball slide or not, and he goes for it, but he whiffs. He's not able to pick up the flag, but he's going to stay alive on bottom mid, hopefully get up to top. We're going to get kill on commonly. Then Suppressed showing off that beautiful long-range shot, putting a shot to that player towards P1, gets taken out by Super CC, and once again, this blue team look like they haven't skipped out. I guess they haven't skipped a beat, because Nebula gets away with camouflage.
Yes, he does. Once again, man with the camouflage going to play this one patient. Of course, red team knows it. Saw that player sort of crouching up there, car 2, but Nebula just sneaking around again, getting in the backside of all these players, just shooting them right in the back, getting them one shot, calling them out, right, is the key here. As now he's pushed all those players over on the car side. He's going to run it over P and get these shots, kill these players. Though that being said, Commonly and his teammate, they're going to come back for the stop. This is not over yet, everybody, as he moves his way down bottom P, just trying to put pressure on players who are going to spawn, just prevent this momentum from Passion that has just been so dumb.
Yeah, absolutely. 8 minutes, 44 seconds on the clock here. Scariotic getting a nasty double kill off the screen right there. Septify going to challenge Super CC. That's going to be a mistake. Nebula flying into Super CC. Bodies are hitting the floor. Drowning Pool would be absolutely proud right now because bodies are hitting the floor all over the place.
Yeah, and this one's going, right back and forth, which is what you love to see. Sort of, when a team is down in their series right now, on their last legs. This is fighting for their life here to continue. A Straight Sick gets a nice double, using a nice perfect, and then a slay. So we see these teams sort of fighting over now in blue base.
Absolutely fantastic job here by Super CC, going to take out Envoy there as a part of that double kill. Fantastic. Again, fantastic job. I love watching this man play, and I love it that he's on this Flyer squad too, because they fit so well together. He's a player that wants to, he's really smart, but he also is like, he's one of those players going to go crazy, put shots down, stay alive, be absolute lightning fast, and he just meshes so well with Flyers. As you see him working a 1-1-2 combo with Straight Sick, and Straight Sick ends up getting the cap. We have a tied up game. We have a game here, Taylor. We're tied up one apiece.
Oh man, love to see that, and really, shout out obviously to Super CC there for making that one possible, getting that final kill on that player as he's, dipping and dodging, or the way he was moving his reticle to combat the strafe of that other player was just expertly done, sort of just predicting, and obviously there's a little bit of luck in that and sort of figuring out where your enemy's head is ultimately going to be, but showing, his prowess at this game, their experience with it, in Halo 5, being around for so long, and look at that, you see sort of the awareness. He just knew exactly where to throw that nade, almost getting a stick there. His teammates able to finish up the kill. 1-1, as you mentioned, they feel much better now. They look much better in this game than they have previously.
Absolutely fantastic. Oh my gosh, Suppress is absolutely out of control. I thought Super CC was an easy kill right there, maybe even a double kill, but Suppress winning that individual piv. Now we're going to be on board here with Straight Sick, doing a good job of trying to stay alive on the attic. He has a player coming at him, going to finish him off. And now can he, hold on, if he dies, that could be bad. He needs to stay alive right here, right now.
He does that. He gets his shields back. He does not have the high ground. He has some help from his teammates, though, and just this is an interesting little battle as everyone's sort of, you know, going back and forth, clambering, jumping, crouching, shooting, throwing grenades. You know, frequently we're seeing here in the kill feed, two members down. So it's almost really credit to both teams as you start to see, you know, a couple of kills go in favor of one, and the others recognize they need to overextend a little bit, you know, push those players that they're not entirely sure, you know, who's where as they get that information. I mean, that is key now, right? As soon as you know that you have teammates down in a certain area because of some others, as soon as you know where those are, you know who you can push, and potentially even where their, you know, their energy or their eyes are directed, right? So if you can get those first couple shots off on somebody, you can come in and clean somebody up. That just, you know, helps you sort of maintain an even keel, and we're really seeing that out of both teams right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Also seeing Super CC play just so well. And that flag should have been pulled by this blue team squad over and over again, but Super CC was able to stay alive, be a nuisance, put shots, but hold on, that flag is finally getting taken out. It's a good pull. Envoy ends up getting away with the camouflage as well. That flag is making it over to the 50, the 40, the 30, the 10, and that's a touchdown. Thanks to Envoy, who also actually has the camouflage as well. 5 minutes, 13 seconds on the clock, and obviously Envoy going to make his way over towards the top bit of the map, as you probably should with the camouflage, and things are now not looking very good if you're a fan of Flyers. They're in danger of losing this game with this spawn cycle right here, right now.
Yeah, they potentially are, though, you know, there's still a lot of time left. You know, they're there, but you can see they're in the kill feed, and especially too, yeah, that player right there commonly just trying to stay alive as best he can. Envor finds him. Of course, with this camo, going to be difficult for his enemy to find him, as they are now doing a really nice job trying to secure this last one, you know, in a very convincing manner, a very, you know, deliberate manner, not wanting to make it scrappy, want to sort of do it the right way, getting the slays that they need. Of course, you know, on the other side of things, it looks like their flag is being pulled by the Flyers on the other side of the map. It's going to be a tough one for them, though, as there's two members from Passions trailing that one. Most likely going to get the return here in just a moment.
Yeah, we still have a 2-1 lead now in favor of this blue team squad, aka this Passion squad, with 4 minutes and 10 seconds on the clock. On board here with Septify, who lifts up towards Target Guard 2. Not even going to be needed because Super CC goes down. He actually hears the call out and snaps over to P2. Luckily, he knows his teammate's going to have that easily and goes right into basement. So this is it. Septify's going to be your anchor point on the base. With some good shots, staying alive, winning that pivotal battle against Commonly, dropping a beautiful nade, almost tagging Super CC with it, but 2 down goes Passion. Great job by the red team, aka Flyers, to clear out their base, and while they're clearing out the base, Straight Sick, able to play that Walshy-like role, getting over to the enemy's base and getting an early pull. It was a little bit off balance right there, but man, if that worked, Taylor, that could have been a real difference maker in this game and this series.
Yeah, it really could have been. I mean, there was a big kill on Commonly there that sort of, I think, prevented that from happening. Yeah, and this one's going to be brought back, so they're still in it. 3 minutes left to go. Of course, they're not, you know, down right now, but it's chaotic getting taken out by just the nades. I feel like the nades in particular out of Passion have just been pretty phenomenal. Of course, now commonly they're electing to have a little bit of a different strategy here and just sort of play this one a little bit more by the seat of their pants. Of course, now both teams going to go into this situation, and these ones do unfortunately favor Passion, right? Because they're up 2-1, and at this point, right, they can just sort of play that Slayer game. And as you mentioned, Flyers maybe not having the strongest Slayer game, at least in comparison to what we've seen out of Passion so far tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Septify able to get that flag off the base. We have a nice little standoff going on here. Septify trying to stay alive over at bottom left. His bodyguard, his teammate gets taken out. Then he's almost going to nade his team. I don't know if he even hit his teammate right there. But somehow, through all the craziness, 3 down goes Flyers. And that flag guy was momentarily left by himself. That's going to give this Passion squad ample opportunity to push past the 50 point of the map. They already cleared out their base. They're pushing towards the 50. Now they're starting to collapse. Super CC and friends have to slay out and clear their base the same way that Passion just did.
Yeah, and it looks like there is a player there getting taken out by the flag guy on Passion. Couple members go down. I mean, you just saw though, the aggression, and they don't die. Passion members here, they just don't barely die. You got to really just stick them right in the foot in order to secure that kill. As now, for the first time in a long time, I feel like we see 3 members down from Passion. Looks like they are going to get their flag return, I believe, right? And maybe it's a double return here. Yeah, it was a double return, so nice plays on both sides of things there. I kind of missed exactly what happened, but man, this has just been quite the sleigh fest back and forth now. Although another 3 members down from this Passion squad, this could be a really big momentum here for this red squad.
Absolutely, that flag is on right on top of Camo, and hold on, they say luck is when preparation meets opportunity. Now we're going to see if Red Team can somehow take advantage of this opportunity if they can pull the flag and get Camo, but actually no, it's actually a blue team, a Passion member who gets Camo, so Straight Sick gonna get a nasty double kill due to the bait and switch action of Scariotic and him and Corey. But do they know where that camouflage player is? I think he got away. I'm pretty sure it was a Passion player.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure. Straight Tech playing very well, getting taken down there. Yep, and it is Septify just hanging out top mid. I mean, they've got 45 seconds to go, so this is really just in their favor. Flyers really has to make some really big moves here, but with this Septify with Invis, he does not have to do anything risky, anything aggressive. He can just take the position that he needs to. He's got even noob combo in his back pocket, so yeah, this one unfortunately is most likely going to be done. About 20 seconds left in to go, and this might be our finalists right here. Passion, this is their moment right now to take this one.
Impressive shield manipulation. Obvious proficiency. Time remaining 10 seconds.
Tony, did I lose you? Double kill from Septify.
I'm pretty sure they're actually up 2-0 right now. Is Passion? I'm pretty sure that's the 3rd win. So is that it? Is Passion your champions right now? You got to be kidding me.